I'm a-watching this one. CERN Insider speaks out. Something is wrong with reality by Be Inspired. Well, that's a lie. Nothing is wrong with reality. Nothing is wrong with the 13 known realities. Nothing is wrong with this reality in which we exist in, or the sub-realities within it. It's recursive but not infinite. Like those Russian nesting dolls. You can only get to a certain point before you can stop putting things inside other things. Now, as far as that kid's claim that they shifted the weight of a single electron and that pushed us into a different reality, I don't know about that. I would say it's more probable that the frequency from the experiment and the amount of energy going into it resonating at that frequency generated a merging or shifting, but not changing the weight of a fucking single electron. No. All of existence itself has a ludicrous amount of subroutines in place in its core code to fix such problems. If you want to explain it as in terms of coding, you'd have to track that all the way down to the Planck length and learn how to read the coding for each individual position and number of positions for each individual Planck length particle. That's a problem in itself, because within the space of a fucking Higgs boson, you might have somewhere between a few quintillion Planck lengths up to, I don't know, I really don't fucking know. But then the number of individual Planck length particles in there would be fucking absurd. There's no way you're going to be able to read all the code in the patterns that they're aligned in just to determine how right or wrong either that kid was or I am. But frequency and waveform patterns is the way to look at it for now. Because of the double slit experiment indicating how photons act as a waveform until you observe them, and then it collapses and reveals the particle. How a single photon can be emitted in that one experiment, and yet that single photon emits light of its own as a waveform that reaches the camera observing it, even though it's going perpendicular to the camera instead of straight at it. It behaves as both because it is both. You want to call that quantum physics, it's really just plain physics to me. Quantum is, what was it, Greek or Latin or Roman word meaning the absolute smallest. Same as the word atom. It used to mean indivisible. Well, you have to take that word and reapply it to the scale you've discovered that fits that literal description. So quantum is Planck length to me. Until the eventual probability, which is somewhere around a 40-60 split for me. 60% against, 40% in favor of some species, maybe even humanity, in the next 20 years, if it lifts itself on long enough and limps on long enough to get to that point, to discover an even smaller size, scale, particle, something or another. So, back on topic. Energy, waveforms, frequency, attunement. You tap a tuning fork and hold it to another one that's registered for its exact parameters, such as a minor to another A minor. The one that's struck vibrates, and you get it close enough to the other one that's not, and it suddenly starts vibrating to harmonic resonance. So the CERN super collider simply changed the resonance frequency of the entire planet, and it started vibrating in synchronicity with another one. And that's why the Mandela effect exists, because the quantum scale, Planck length, started reverberating in harmonic resonance with another sub-reality within this reality we're in, and the memories of one bled into the other and vice versa. Ergo, we have accounts of Mandela being hit by a train, we have accounts of him being assassinated, we have accounts of him dying in prison, we have accounts of him being alive in 2018, we have accounts of him not even existing. I've remembered all of those myself. The big one was that train incident for me. I felt disjointed, disconnected, like you ever do this and see things move based on the location of your eye? I felt like I was split in two at the psychological level. So yeah, that's what I think is the root cause of what's going on with the Mandela effect. In addendum to this dude's video, nothing's wrong with reality. It's all functioning perfectly as it was programmed to function. It's just been partially synchronized through harmonic resonance to another sub-reality next to it. So, here, take this away from this video I'm rambling on about. I was made aware of 13 known realities. I've been pulled across one or two of them, which is why I have a residual harmonic resonance from the other ones, and there's sub-realities bleeding through that are slightly off the actual harmonic frequencies that the LHC super collider put this one into. So it reverberates across all of existence. It helps to think of all of existence as this large bubble, or a torus, and there's 13 smaller spheres of reality in it, and inside of those there's a smaller sub-reality spheres in those, and the space between them, that's necessary for things to have tolerance, expansion and contraction, so that things don't rub up against other things too much. Kind of like a glass bowl full of marbles. You can't pack smaller marbles into those holes and expect the marbles to be able to move more freely, because they'll bump into each other, and some of them might even crack. Even more delicate with bubbles. It's a really delicate analogy, like a soap bubble. Either way, people who have actually been through other sub-realities in other realities before finally arriving to the one we're all in now will have multiple memories through the Mandela effect. Much like I've got more than just 2 memories from Mandela himself. Yeah. Prison, not prison, still alive, dead, dead by assassination, dead by train incident, dead by old age, and never having existed. Yeah. It gets confusing if you try to think about it and analyze it without understanding what's really going on. So, what's really going on, to recap and simplify it, is it's just like tuning forks. The harmonic resonance is sharing those energies through the vibrational frequency across sub-realities within all of existence, because it got retuned. And it's not going to be permanent. There's nothing wrong with it. It will fade away over time. Yeah, you'll still remember it, but the effect will fade away over time, unless they keep running the fucking Hadron Collider at the exact same frequency and rate and speed and power level. Then it'll keep going. Could even get stronger. But like all storm systems found on this planet, in nature, when an atmospheric disturbance goes on for so long, like a forest fire, it creates a self-healing hole in the planet's ecosphere, and rain inevitably comes to quench the parched land or put out the fire. So, if they keep running it, there's gonna be a storm. Duh. Oh, yeah, here's another way to look at it. In Adventure Time, when Finn puts on the glasses of Nerdicon, he sees that everything large is just a large version of something small. You can also see the recursive bit when they get the Enchiridion and Jake says enhance, and it keeps zooming in through the levels of its reality down to him looking at the book, then all the way back over again and zooming over and over and over until it stops. It's recursive. It's a all if null, but without the infinity, because not very many things are actually infinite outside of theoretical mathematics. It's a recursive finite all if null. There. That explains it for those who actually know what the fuck I'm talking about. For those who don't, well, I don't know, fucking Google it yourself. I'm not getting paid to make these videos or train your fucking retarded ass. I'm not your fucking wet nurse. If you don't understand it, go find someone who will give you the information for free, or fucking join my Patreon and I'll find a way to fucking explain it to you. Oh, yeah, and that aside, join my fucking Patreon anyway. Support my fucking ass. Because YouTube sure as fuck ain't.